That's a pretty cool bass riff, Ty.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So what kind of playing style are you using?
Well, that's really just finger style. So pretty typical for a bass that you would use these 2 fingers, maybe even 3 fingers. But all you're doing is just 1 finger. There isn't really anything going on here other than the bass, my fingers, and the amplifier.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let's say I've got a bass, or I've been playing bass for a while, or I'd like to get a bass, and I want to get some different sounds that I might have heard on recordings. Could you show us a few of the most common, easy to pick up bass styles, as far as at least what you can do with your fingers or a pick?
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people that start playing bass are maybe even coming from another instrument. So for me, I came from playing the drums, so it's really a rhythmic thing for me. And the way that you hit the strings and the way that you play that instrument is going to change on how you hit it.
Okay.
So if you play it...
So how about like an easy riff everybody's going to recognize?
Okay.
Sweet. So that's finger style.
Yeah, so that's just right here around the middle pickup. Now we're using a jazz bass or a precision jazz bass, so we're actually only hearing this pickup right here. Volume's full, tone is full. Not going to be changing any of those settings. We're just going to be playing around with what we're hitting the strings with. So I've got my pick here. Now you'll hear a significant difference between the fingers and the pick.
Oh yeah, I hope people can hear that. Okay, great.
So there's a lot more attack when you're using a pick, which is great if you're playing rock music, but can work in almost any style.
What's another way to make that riff happen?
So another style that I really enjoy, and it can be a good way to get a different sound out of the same instrument without having to change anything.
Sweet.
So there was a sort of a plucky, plonky kind of bass sound that was really popular in the 60s, Paul McCartney, and it was achieved by usually flat wound strings on some sort of hollow body instrument like his viola bass, but you can almost get that same sound just by palm muting. So another technique that guitar players will be familiar with, but not a lot of, maybe people starting bass think about. So all you're going to do is rest your palm sort of on the bridge, and that way when you play that string...
Oh yeah, big time.
And what it does is it cuts the sustain of the string down and even mutes sort of the tone. So you're not getting a very bright tone. You're getting a very...
So we're getting a strong attack and then there's almost no sustain, and that's really cool.
And it kind of rounds out the tone as well, so it gets you a little bit more underneath everybody else.
Yeah, really cool. So lots of color available just by changing what you do with your fingers. Okay, give us one last one.
The other thing that maybe not everybody who's just starting out is going to be able to pick up really quick, but the slap technique can actually be another tool in your arsenal.
Okay,
and
let's check it out.
That's done usually using the thumb, and you're hitting right around the bottom of the fretboard. So you're actually smacking or slapping the string against the fretboard.
So it's okay to slap your bass.
Exactly.
Well, Ty, thank you so much. We've looked at 4 techniques for getting sounds out of your bass. And of course, now the cool thing is we can combine these in different parts of the song or different songs and go from there. Well, Ty,
Absolutely.
that was awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.